We encourage young people to think about their promise when they're taking it. It's more than a set of words. We really think that young people should understand what lies behind the promise. And so I think, it's really important that we give opportunity for those young people to join Scouting that might feel unable to take the promise at this moment.
But if it emerged then that somebody had joined, if I joined the Scouting movement as a child, and then it emerged later that I was an atheist, I wouldn't be drummed out of the Scouts, would I?
No. I mean, this is something that I think is a really important part of our work, is encouraging young people to explore their own faith and other faiths and beliefs and different attitudes, and have an opportunity to share in spiritual reflection. And that should happen irrespective of their belief. And that's a really important part of what we do in Scouting, to encourage young people and support them develop.
What is the Scouting pledge? I mean, what are the words? There is the duty to God, but what is the form of words that you use?
Well, there's a number of different promises, actually. Yeah. We have promises for over 40 years or so, that are different versions that are suitable for people of different religions. So young people and adults, when they're making a promise, might be saying to do their duty to God or do their duty to Allah. But what we're looking at is whether there should be an alternative for that.
What would that form of words take?
Well, this is an open consultation process. No decision has been made on whether we're going to do this or not. We're asking all of our members. There's over 100,000 adult volunteers in Scouts and over 400,000 young people. So we're asking them, giving them an opportunity over the next couple of months to have their say and to contribute to this consultation, to find out whether we should be opening the doors wider to allow atheists in. So there's no decision on what alternative wording may be.
Do Scouts still promise to do a good deed every day?
Probably don't say those exact words, but certainly encourage that kind of behaviour, yeah.